Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, hope you guys are doing well wherever you're at today. Make sure you smash that subscribe button because we're on the road to 30,000 subscribers, and I want to get there hopefully soon. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for spending your quarantine time with True School Sports because any time on True School Sports is quality time and time not wasted. Now, listen. Your main man, Errol Spence Jr., the truth, and nothing but the truth. He was speaking to PBC, Ray Flores, shout out to Ray Flores, PBC, and all the fine folks over there at PBC. He was speaking to PBC just about a bunch of things in his career, in regards to Terrence Crawford, where he plans to go next. And he was actually asked about Vergil Ortiz. And, for the most part, he said nothing but respectable things about his fellow Dallas native, Vergil Ortiz, but he kind of slipped in a little jab at Vergil Ortiz, where he mentioned how Vergil Ortiz used to cry in the amateurs after losses, right? So then I guess Vergil caught wind of this, and Vergil Ortiz, he went on Twitter and he voiced his displeasure with Mr. Errol Spence Jr., saying the following, I quote, "The only crying I remember was when you didn't make it out of the Dallas." In the Golden Gloves. Don't be throwing fake jabs at me. I've been nothing but respectful to you. Errol Spence might have to change your ring name to The Lie after this one. Alright? So then Errol responded to him by saying, "No disrespect intended, my dude, but you did used to cry as a kid. Damn, you was a baby cool it, face with raised eyebrow. And why are you talking about Golden Gloves? I won the Nationals the next year and everything else it was to win." And that's pretty much what it is. They both started off with the same coach apparently as amateurs, and he just mentioned that he remembers seeing him as a little kid crying all the time, and that Vergil Ortiz mentioned that in 2 or 3 years he'll be ready for Spence, but Spence is pretty much saying that it doesn't really matter. He's still gonna beat him in 2 or 3 years. So listen, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna pace back and forth because let's walk and talk a bit. Errol Spence versus Vergil Ortiz. Now look, boxing. Sometimes these newer, softer, younger fans, and it's funny hearing me say that because I'm a young guy myself, 25 years old, but some of these newer, softer, new age fans don't like these kind of things. They don't like when fighters have rivalries. And I think, look, I'm not trying to create beef between Errol Spence and Vergil Ortiz. That's not what I'm here to do. But, I mean, Errol slipped that in there. He did slip that in there, and it definitely ruffled Vergil's feathers. So let's just pose the question. They're both in the same weight class. This isn't croquet. This isn't freaking tennis where everybody's gotta be respectful. This is the sport of boxing. This is the sport of warriors, men with high testosterone that want some smoke. So, is Errol Spence Jr. versus Vergil Ortiz the next great welterweight rivalry in the sport of boxing? I mean, look, if it is, I think it's great because they're both from Dallas. They're both exceptionally fun to watch. I mean, I'm not gonna say they hate each other because I don't think that's the case. When I went to the Mikey Garcia fight in Dallas in February, they were there with each other. I saw them there physically with my own 4 eyes. I saw them with each other, and they seemed to get along well and be in good spirits. So I don't think there's any hatred there. I just think it was a bit of a misunderstanding. I don't think Errol Spence was trying to throw a jab in there at Vergil Ortiz, but that's how it came out. Vergil took exception to it, so now we have a scenario where it seems like Errol and Vergil both have a feather in their cap to not like each other or not. The rivals. They're both in the same weight class. They both think they're the best. So whether they like each other or not, I think at some point in time, barring any sort of move up to 154 from Errol Spence, these two might wind up seeing each other in the not so distant future. I'm gonna say within the next 2 years because Vergil's getting better right now. Vergil Ortiz is probably the most hyped up and respected welterweight prospect in the world. A lot of people are saying that Vergil Ortiz is the best welterweight prospect in the sport. I respectfully disagree. I think Jaron Ennis is better than Vergil Ortiz, and I think Jaron Ennis is gonna beat him when they fight. But it is all worth it. It is all interesting. It is all good to talk about. And it'd be a great fight. Like stylistically, we know Vergil's gonna improve. We know he's gonna become even better. I think he still needs to continue to refine those boxing skills. Obviously, Vergil Ortiz has mastered the art of finishing fighters. He's 15-0 with 15 knockouts, and he stopped some good game veteran fighters. Although I would say that they're all the guys he's fought so far have been the perfect style matches for him. Light punching, fighters towards the end of their career. Your Brad Solomons, your Mauricio Herrera's come to mind. But the Herrera knockout was pretty impressive because no matter how old Herrera is, he's always been kind of crappy and awkward, and he's a very hard guy to hit flush. So for Vergil to stop him in the first round, it says a lot about Vergil Ortiz. But I digress. Vergil Ortiz, Errol Spence Jr., 2022, somewhere in Dallas, maybe at the American Airlines Center as a headlining card. Oh my God, I can see it now. I'm a former Dallas resident. I used to live in Dallas for a bit. I got mad love for Dallas. It's probably one of my favorite cities in America. Okay, shout out to Dallas. I hope this fight happens so I have an excuse to go to Dallas because I had a blast at the Chocolatito Calya fight when it was in Dallas. But Vergil's got to really improve. He's got to really get better. Errol's got to, we got to hope and pray that Errol Spence doesn't move up to 154 because he's a huge guy. I mean, he said he's going to be around the division for 2 or 3 more years. I can't see Errol Spence staying at welterweight for 2 or 3 more years. So I feel like if that fight's going to happen, that's going to be a fight that happens within the next 2 years. Max, maybe 18 months because, Errol's getting bigger and bigger and older, and his body is not going to let him stay there that long. So we'll see. And I'll say this, if they keep, for lack of a better term, if they keep pussyfooting around and not making the Crawford fight happen, I think this would be the next best thing. The next best consolation prize. Vergil Ortiz versus Errol Spence Jr., 2 of Dallas's very own, squaring off, the next great welterweight rivalry in boxing. I think it'd be a great fight for the division. They're both sort of guys that like to seek and destroy their opponents, although I will say I think Vergil Ortiz has more one-punch knockout power than Errol Spence Jr. So we'll see what happens when that time comes, but that's the news. That's the news. Vergil Ortiz responds to Errol Spence's snidey jab, his snidey comments, his sneak dissing of Vergil Ortiz. And it looks like this might be the catalyst, maybe the catalyst to the next great welterweight rivalry in our great sport of boxing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.